All right. So I'm going to talk about probably the most common question. Why is my pool getting cloudy? And why am I starting to get algae in my pool? And I think this is going to, hit both of those points. And I treat this as a three-legged stool. This is the way I was taught. It made sense to me. And this is the way I'm going to try to explain it to you. And I'm hoping that this can help alleviate a lot of the common issues that come with why is my pool getting cloudy and why am I starting to get algae in my pool. Think of a three-legged stool, right? And you need all three of these to be properly, to be done correctly in order to maintain a clean and clear pool. And if you take one of these three out, what's going to happen to the stool? It's going to fall, okay? So chlorine, you must have some type of sanitizer, right? So chlorine / chemicals must be balanced. That's one part of the stool. Part two, filtration. So you need to have your filter cleaned, all right? And part three, circulation. You need to run your pump an adequate amount of time. Chlorine / chemicals, filter, and running your pump. If you take one of those three away, your pool will either start getting cloudy or you're going to start getting algae. So let's say I just cleaned my filter and I'm running my pump 10, 12 hours a day, but I have no chlorine. The stool's going to fall over. You're going to start getting some type of algae or the pool's going to get cloudy. Let's say I just shocked my pool yesterday, but I haven't cleaned my filter in 2 or 3 months. It's nasty. It's filthy. The stool's going to fall over. Same thing. Let's say I clean my filter yet, or how about this too with the filter? Let's say I clean my filter, but it's 2 or 3 years old. That's another thing. If the filter's old and worn out, replace it, okay? So chemicals / chlorine, filter, those are good. Put chlorine in my pool yesterday, pH, all that stuff is good. Filter's brand new, but I'm running my pump 3 hours a day. So I'm trying to save electricity, and it's the summertime, and I had a lot of kids, it was a birthday party. Same issue. Any single time that your pool is cloudy or you're starting to get algae in your pool, you have to troubleshoot one of those three. And what I've noticed is if your chlorine is good and your pool is, your filter's clean, at least once a month and it's new, it's in shape, run the pump longer. For me, running the pump longer has solved more clarity issues than anything else. If I see a pond, it's always going to be dark and stagnant. And the reason is because there's no circulation. The water's just not moving around. And anytime I see a creek, even if there's bacteria in it, right? The flow, the water just constantly moving is what gives it clarity. So if you know that you're going to have a party coming up, run the pump overnight. I recommend that. I did that with my pool. With my kids. I have 2 younger children. And after a party, check your chlorine level. If you had 8 or 10 kids in there and they're marinating all day long, your chlorine levels are going to be shot. So check it and then run the pump a little bit longer. Clean the filter. So it's always going to be one of those three things. The three-legged stool. If you can always remember what's wrong with my pool, there's a three-legged stool. And is my chlorine, do I have chlorine? Are my chemicals balanced? Yes. Did I clean my filter in the last month? If it's a cartridge filter, have I backwashed my DE or sand filter? Yes. Let me run my pump longer, okay? Am I running my pump 12, 13? There's some pools that I have to run them 16, 17 hours. I don't know what it is. There's dogs in it. There's variable, all types of stuff. And that for me is when it comes to swim season, I'm on top of chlorine. I'm on top of keeping the filter clean. I'm super on top of that. And when I see a pool getting like little yellow here in the corner, I put the pool timer up 2 hours, and I keep going up in increments of 2 hours until it stops. Okay, so that has been the biggest thing. And I know, pool's a luxury, so I understand, the electric bill and stuff like that's going to be higher. But if you bought a pool, you have to understand it's like buying a car and not changing its brakes or changing the tires when they go bald. you have a pool, you have to take care of it, and that involves, you know, spending money, especially during swim season, you know, having the pump running longer. So yeah, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying I'm going to refer back to this video. This is the 3-legged stool. Chemicals / sanitize, so the chlorine. Filter. Have you cleaned your filter? Have you backwashed your filter? And 3, are you running your pump long enough? Anytime there's a cloudiness issue, I just can't repeat it enough. Anytime there's a clarity issue with the pool, anytime there's a little bit of green algae, it's one of those 3 things. There is one anomaly that can eat into that, but that's going to be a separate video with phosphates, okay? The 3-legged stool. Remember it, chlorine, filter, and run your pump. Thank you.